Hello and welcome. I am Vaibhav Shah and we will be learning about the plane scale. So let us begin with our very first lecture on the plane scale. So now, first question is, why is scale needed? So let us understand. So it is not always possible to draw any object directly in drawing sheet or drawing paper with its actual dimensions. So most of the times we have to either reduce the dimensions of actual object like a world map, or we need to enlarge its dimensions in the case of wristwatch components drawing. So for these cases, in order to fit the drawing in drawing sheet as well as for better visibility and understanding, we need to take any suitable scale. So now, what are the types of scales available? So let us see few types in details. So first, based on representative factor. So there are three types based on representative factor. First is your full scale, second is your reduced scale, and third is your enlarged scale. Next, based on usage or its applications. So mechanical engineer scale, architect scale, and civil engineer scale. Next, based on precision of measurement and accuracy. So there are 6 types of scales. First, plane scale, diagonal scale, comparative scale, vernier scale, scale of chord, and isometric scale. Particularly for this chapter, we will be learning about plane scale and diagonal scale. And we know that we have learned micrometer or vernier scales in our 11th and 12th standards. So we will not be touching that scales in this lecture. And for the isometric scale, we will be covering this isometric scale in our very last lecture of engineering graphics. So now let us begin. So first, representative fraction, or you can say RF. So now first, let us understand its definition. So it is a ratio of size of object in drawing to the actual size of object. It is a unitless quantity. As you can see, we are taking the ratio of sizes, and we know both the sizes would be in the same units. That's why it will be a unitless quantity. We will always be converting the ratio into lowest possible unit for making it unitless. So always remember, it is a unitless quantity, and if we are having the two different units, then we will be converting a high unit into a smaller unit to cancel out the unit, and finally we will be having a unitless quantity. So now let us move ahead. Let us see its mathematical equation. So representative factor, or RF, can be written as size of object in drawing upon actual size of an object. Now let us understand this equation by one of the examples. So this is one example. So for example, when 1 centimeter long line in a drawing represents 1 meter length of the object, then we can say RF is equal to size of object in drawing. So what is the size of object in drawing? So we have seen that it is 1 centimeter, right? So let us substitute 1 centimeter into denominator. So now let us derive the equation for this case. So we know the equation of RF. RF is equal to size of object in drawing. So what is the size of object in our case? So size of object in drawing in our case is nothing but 1 centimeter long line in drawing. That means size of object in our drawing is 1 centimeter. So let us put 1 centimeter in numerator. Now divided by actual size of an object. So what is the actual size of an object here? So here 1 meter length of the object. That means the actual size of object is 1 meter. So let us substitute 1 centimeter by 1 meter, as you can see. Now as we can see, there are two different units in this equation. One is centimeter and another is your meter. So as we have said in this third line, that we will be always converting the ratio into lowest possible unit for making it unitless. So now we need to make this RF into unitless quantity. For that, what we'll do, we'll just substitute in the place of 1 meter, we'll be converting this meter into lowest possible unit, in our case as centimeter. So we know that 1 meter is obviously 100 centimeter, right? So we'll be now substituting in the place of 1 meter as 100 centimeter. So now you can see 1 centimeter by 100 centimeter is equal to centimeter cut 1 by 100. So which is nothing but our final equation of RF or final ratio of an RF, and as we know it is a unitless quantity as we have said. So that means 1 by 100 is our unitless quantity and it is finally our RF. Now you can also write this RF in the form of 1:100. So this is another form which we are going to use in our subsequent lecture for using into examples or for any other uses. So now let us move ahead and let us see types of scales based on RF. So there are total 3 types of scales. First, reduced scale, second, enlarged scale, and third, which is a full scale. So let us first understand this reduced scale. So as you can see, the form of reduced scale is nothing but 1:x, where x is greater than 1. So here 1:x is a form that you have to remember, and if you are having any scale of form 1:x, that means this will be your reduced scale. So now let us see few examples on the reduced scale. So 1:2, 1:20, 1:200, 1:2000, 1:5, 1:50, 1:500, 1:5000, 1:10, 1:100, 1:1000, and 1:1000. So as you can see, reduced scale is of the form 1:x, as you can see, where x must be greater than 1. So wherever you find any scale and you are having x greater than 1 and you will be having this form 1:x, that means this must be your reduced scale. So let us see few of the examples based on this reduced scale. So now let us begin. So first 1:2, 1:20, 1:200, 1:2000, 1:5, 1:50, 1:500, 1:5000, 1:10, 1:100, 1:1000, and 1:10,000. So these are the form of your reduced scales. As you can see, the x here in this case is obviously greater than 1, right? So now let us see one more scale, which is a enlarged scale. So let us begin with this enlarged scale. So in this enlarged scale, we can see the form is x:1, where here also the x is greater than 1. That means in our case of enlarged scale, we will be having a form different than your reduced scale, and here the form is x:1. So now let us see few of the examples of your enlarged scale. So 50:1, then 20:1, 10:1, and you can see few more examples. So these are the examples of your enlarged scale in which we will be having a form in which x:1 and x is obviously you can see it is greater than 1. So now let us see final scale, which is nothing but your full scale. So full scale is nothing but 1:1 form. So whenever you are drawing the actual object in the similar dimension into your drawing sheet, then this must be your full scale. So we are not actually reducing the dimension, or we are not enlarging the dimension at all. So this type of scales are nothing but your full scales. So now let us move ahead. So we will be using this following formula for calculation. So let us begin with this first formula. So in first formula, as you can see, representative fraction or RF. So the dimension of drawing upon dimension of an object. Now whenever the dimension is given in the formula, and we can modify this equation like this: dimension of a drawing upon, now whenever the dimension are in the form of length, then we can modify this equation like this: length of a drawing divided by actual length. Then after, if the dimension is in the form of area, then we can modify this equation like this: under root of area of a drawing upon actual area. And if your dimensions in the form of volume, then we can use this equation: cube root of volume as per the drawing upon actual volume. Now we'll be using another equation, which is nothing but your length of scale, or you can say actual length of scale. This equation, actual length of scale or length of scale, can be defined as RF into maximum length to be measured. So RF obviously will be using from this previous equation. So we will be deriving this RF from this equation, any of the equations, and maximum length to be measured must be given in example, for which we need to construct our scale. So now let us see unit conversion table. So before starting any example of this chapter, remember you need the knowledge of this unit conversion table, and if you don't know the unit conversion properly, you can't solve any of the example based on this chapter. So let us understand unit conversion table first. So first, 1000 millimeters is equal to 1 meter. Then 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. Then 10 decimeters is equal to 1 meter. 1 decameter is equal to 10 meters. 1 hectometer is equal to 100 meters. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Next, 1.609 kilometers is equal to 1 mile. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1852 meters. And 1 meter is equal to 1.0936 yards. So you need to remember this table in order to solve any of the examples based on this chapter. So let us move ahead. Now you will think, sir, it is very difficult to remember this table, right? Don't worry. I am giving you a shortcut method to memorize this table in no time. So let us see this new method, which is known as a unit staircase. As you can see, there is one staircase drawn on your left hand side, and we will be using this staircase to convert units from kilometers to millimeters in no time. So let us understand how to use this unit staircase. Here, as you can see, there is one shoe placed on the base unit, which is meters, and if we go upwards in these stairs, then we need to divide it by 10, and if we go down in these stairs, then we need to multiply it by 10. So now in our case, let us take one example. So I have taken one example in which we need to convert 1 kilometers into how many meters. So now we will be converting, or we will be going from kilometers to meter, right? So let us see this case on your staircase. As you can see, there is one cat. There is one cat here. So the cat is on the kilo staircase. That means we have to go from cat till your shoe. So which is 1, 2 and 3 steps below this cat. So now the cat needs to come down by 3 steps, 1, 2 and 3. So now you will say, sir, it is very difficult to remember this table, right? So no, don't worry. I am giving you a shortcut trick to just memorize this table within a minute. So we can use this unit staircase, and you can convert practically from kilometers to millimeters in no time. So let us understand this unit staircase first. How to use this unit staircase? So as you can see, there are number of units written on this staircase, and there is one arrow shown. One arrow is going upwards and one arrow is going downwards. So which shows that if you are going up, then you need to multiply. Which shows that if you are going up, then you need to divide it by 10, and if you go down, then you need to multiply it by 10. So in our case, let us take one example. So in our example, we are having this conversion from 1 kilometer to meter. So what we will do is we will convert kilometers into meter now. So what to do now? So now, as you can see, there is one cat here. So it need to descend from kilo unit till this meter unit. So it need to descend for 3 steps, 1, 2 and 3, and on third step it is coming to a meter unit. So for that we need to multiply by 10, and 10 we need to multiply 10 by 3 times. Why? Because we are descending a total of 3 steps, 1, 2 and 3. That's why our unit conversion would be 1 kilometer is equal to 10, 10 and 10. So 3 times 10, because we have descended our cat for 3 steps. So now our unit conversion would be 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So very easy, right? So now let us move ahead. Now plane scale. So let us understand what do you mean by a plane scale. So let us understand it by a definition first. So it says that it is nothing but a straight line divided into suitable number of equal divisions, first divisions of which is further subdivided. So let us understand now what do you mean by a plane scale. So we'll understand the plane scale concept by its definition. So let us start with first definition. So it is nothing but a straight line divided into suitable number of equal parts or divisions or units. So let us understand this plane scale. So now plane scale, it is nothing but a straight line divided into suitable number of equal parts or units, the first unit of which is further subdivided. So now let us understand the scale definition by this diagram. So this is nothing but a straight line, as you can see. So this is nothing but a straight line. So let us understand this concept by this diagram here. So it is nothing but a straight line. It is divided into suitable number of equal divisions 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First division of which is further subdivided into number of subdivided into further subdivided is known as your scale. So let us understand a plane scale. So we'll understand the plane scale by its definition. So it is nothing but a straight line divided into suitable number of equal parts or units, the first unit of which is further subdivided. So let us understand this definition very clearly by one illustration. So as you can see, there is one figure of scale. So it is nothing but a straight line. As you can see, it is nothing but a straight line divided into suitable number of equal divisions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Whose first division is further subdivided. You can say first division is further subdivided from 0 to 10. So we can now say it is nothing but a straight line divided into suitable number of equal division whose first division is further subdivided is nothing but your plane scale. Plane scale represents a unit and its fractions up to 1 decimal place. Means you can measure 4.6, 4.7, but you can't measure 4.65, and you know that, right? So you can measure unit and its fraction up to 1 decimal places. Next, it can measure between two interconnected units. That's also correct. That means you can measure by your ordinary centimeter scale, centimeter and millimeter. You can't go ahead and measure third unit in this same scale. So you can measure only two interconnected units by use of this scale. You can't measure more than 2 units by this scale. So you can measure unit and its tens. So now let us understand how to represent the scale with its features. So first, plane scale consists of a line divided into suitable numbers. So here in our case, we can see this is a line divided into suitable numbers. So we have divided this line into 6 number of equal parts. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now, the first unit is further subdivided. We know that in our scale also, we have subdivision of 10 different lines. So we have subdivided this first portion into 10 subdivisions. Now, we should start 0 after the end of your first division. So this is the start of first division and this is the end of first division, and we have put 1 0 for the main scale. So we have put 0 here and we will write down 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on main scale on the right hand side. On the left hand side, we will start from 0 also. 0, 5, 10 on the left hand side. So on the right hand side, you can see there are meters specified here. That means this is a scale which is also known as your primary scale or main scale, and this is known as your secondary scale. So now after that, what we need to do? So after drawing this line into certain number of divisions, what we'll do is we'll specify the units. Which unit are specified on which scale? So for that we have specified meters here, down here. So we need to find out the center between 0 till 5, and the center is 2.5. So we have written these meters almost at the center of your scale. Secondly, the secondary scale of decimeters. So that's why we need to write down decimeter just below the scale. So we have written decimeter here. After that, we need to show the RF, means representative factor. So what scale we have used to draw this scale? So we need to specify RF always on the right hand side corner of your scale like this. After that, we'll just show the dimension whichever we need to plot in this scale like this, 4.6 meters. So you can plot the dimensions afterwards. So this is basic terminology of the scale. So now let us move ahead and let us see one example based on the scale. So now, problem number 1. Draw a scale. 1 centimeter is equal to 1 meter to read decimeters and to measure maximum distance of 6 meters. Show on it a distance of 4 meters and 6 decimeters. So let us first understand the problem. So in examination, students are making mistakes. Why? Because they directly jump to the examples and they start writing the examples, and after going ahead they feel that they are missing something. So in examination what happens is we just rush to the example and we commit mistakes in example. So always try to read your problem statement twice and then start your example. So now we will understand this problem statement for another time. So let us understand this problem statement, and this time we are reading it for taking the information out of the problem statement. So let us read. So draw a scale 1 centimeter is equal to 1 meter to read the decimeters. That means here the scale is provided 1 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. So from this scale factor we need to find out the RF. So first task would be to finding out the RF from this 1 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. Second, to read decimeters. That means in our all of the scale we need to show our dimension in what? Decimeters. Now to measure maximum distance of what? 6 meters. That means we need to measure the maximum distance of 6 meters by the scale. And after drawing this scale, we need to show on it the distance of 4 meter and 6 decimeter. So let us start the example. So first we will see the calculation like this. So first let us use the calculation factor for RF. So RF is nothing but dimension of drawing upon dimension of an object. So now here what is the dimension of drawing? So dimension of drawing is 1 meter and we are drawing 1 centimeter in the drawing sheet. So let us put 1 centimeter by 1 meter and we will be having one ratio 1 by 100. So which is nothing but our RF. Now next equation, we know that second equation is length of scale, or you can say actual length of scale. So let us use this equation. So RF into maximum length to be measured. So RF, what is RF? So RF is obviously 1 by 100. We have just calculated RF. After that, what is the maximum distance that we need to measure by the scale? So we said that distance of 6 meters. So we need to measure distance of 6 meters by the scale. So let us substitute 6 meters here. So we have 1 by 100 into 6 meters. Now, is it possible to draw 6 meters onto your drawing paper? Then you will say, sir, no, it is not possible. So, for that reason, we need to convert this 6 meters into somehow centimeters. So, we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So, that's why we will be substituting 6 into 100. So, that means we will be having 1 by 100 into 6 into 100 centimeters. So, we have substituted in the place of meter, we have substituted this 100 centimeters. So now we will be having our answer as 6 centimeters. So it is obvious that we can draw 6 centimeter lines in our drawing sheet. So now that's it. We need to now draw a 6 centimeter line to construct our scale. So let us begin. So first you need to draw the line of 6 centimeters like this. After that you need to divide this line into suitable number of equal divisions. Now the question is, sir, how many divisions we should divide this line? So in this case it is easy because you will say, sir, we can divide it into 6 divisions. But how? How you decided how many divisions you need to divide this line? So it solely depends on your maximum length to be measured. So here maximum length to be measured is what? 6 meters. 6 meters, that means our significant digit here is 6. So we need to compulsorily divide this line into 6 parts. So let us divide this line into 6 parts now. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. After dividing this line into 6 parts, what we'll do is, so we'll just now give numbering. So we know that we'll just omit the first division like this and we'll start numbering from 0. So onwards we'll put numbering. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So as you can see, the last digit is your 5, which is 1 digit less than your maximum distance, and if you are right, then it must be 1 unit less than your maximum length. Why it is so? Because we have omitted the first division here and we have started putting 0 after the first division. That's why we will be having 1 unit less than our maximum distance here. So that's why we are having 5 here. After that we need to divide the first part into subdivisions like this, you can see. So we have divided it into 10 parts. So that you can see there is no height of this scale. So as we know that if we are using a centimeter scale also, we have some thickness or some width of that scale. So we need to provide the same width to this scale also. So we can either provide this width as your 5 mm or 10 mm, means 0.5 centimeter, or you can provide this length as your 1 centimeter. So I have used here 1 centimeter, which looks great on your drawing sheet. So try to use the height of this scale as 1 centimeter. So now we have almost constructed the scale. Now let us put the value of the units on this scale. So now as you can see, so our scale is primary scale. So scale starting from 0 till your right hand side would be your primary scale, and we have specified the primary unit here, which is nothing but what? Meter. So we have specified meter here, and the scale on the left hand side of your 0 is nothing but your secondary scale. So we have substituted a second unit there as a decimeter, and finally you need to substitute RF, which would be on the right hand side of the scale, as you can see. So RF is nothing but what we have found out here, 1/100. So you need to put that RF value in here, and after that you need to specify the scale measures of meters and decimeters at the bottom. Now we have completed the first part of our example, like our first sentence. Now let us jump to a second sentence, which says that show on it a distance of 4 meters and 6 decimeters. So now we need to show a distance of 4 meters and 6 decimeters. So how to show this distance on this line? So now let us start from a 0 on the left hand side. Let us calculate 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. When you get this 4, you just draw one vertical line, and for the distance of 6 decimeter you need to start from 0 and go on the left hand side for 6 division units like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. From that unit you need to just construct one vertical line, and you will be having a distance which is nothing but your distance 4 meter and 6 decimeters. So now let us see, after drawing this scale, how to measure the distance of 4 meters and 6 decimeters on this scale. So what we'll do is, we'll start from 0 on the left hand side and we'll go 6 digits on the left hand side. So let us start from 0 on the left hand side. So if we go 6 divisions on the left hand side, we will be having one line which is nothing but your 6 decimeters. Why? Because we are taking the units on the decimeter scale. Now let us go on the right hand side from the 0. So starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Draw one vertical line. You will be having 4 meters, right? So now we are having 4 meters on the right hand side and 0 meters on the left hand side. So now let us draw one straight line joining these two both vertical lines, and let us write down the unit as 4 meters and 6 decimeters. So this is nothing but how you would measure the distance of 4 meters and 6 decimeters on your line. So very easy. So remember, to construct the scale, the data required is first the RF of the scale, second the unit which it has to represent like millimeters, centimeters, meters or kilometers in MKS, or inches, feet, yards, miles in FPS. Third, the maximum length which it should measure. If the maximum length is not given, then some suitable length can be assumed. And fourth, actual length of scale to be constructed on the drawing sheet, which is equal to RF into maximum length to be measured by the scale. So that is all from my side. If you enjoyed my lecture, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Keep learning, stay connected. Bye bye.